The reason for us going through 400 years of the worst slavery known to man, 300 years of chattel slavery. Chattel slavery means you weren't even a human being. We weren't even human beings. We had absolutely no rights at all. Chattel slavery means if I beat up a chair that I bought in front of a cop, he won't say anything to me because the chair don't have rights. Chattel slavery made you merchandise and furniture. Chattel slavery was a complete dehumanization, and somebody has to pay for that. And I think we are wise enough to know who is going to pay for that. This is the beginning of the payment, the payback. It's truth. We are here because the name of this talk is Ye Shall Know the Truth, and the truth shall set you free. First, it'll let you know who your enemy is, but it'll make you know who yourself is first, and who your God is second, and who your enemy is last. And once you have that knowledge of those three important things, then you are completely free indeed. And getting little things like a neighborhood or owning your house or having a car and having a store or a market and feeding yourself, that's lightweight thing. You'll start building pyramids again. You'll start traveling the universe again. Study your history, brothers and sisters. The skin is an antenna to God. That melanin inside your beautiful, beautiful black skin is an antenna to God. When you hear the music, the color in your skin answers the music that you hear. You're the only people that's like that. They call us, in secret, the indigenous people of the earth. Look that word indigenous up. It means natural to the planet. You are the aboriginal people of the earth. Look that word up. It means you first. It means God with his hands made us. And once God makes something, nobody can outdo what God did. Look these words up. Look up native. Native means that whatever particular tribe you're from, you were the first one in that tribe. So I just gave you three names that the wicked ones who run this world today, they can't go by those names, brothers. No European can call himself Aboriginal and be telling the truth. No European, I don't mean this in any kind of harm, we here to tell the truth. No European can call himself indigenous, because you cannot be natural to an environment and burn up in that environment. No European can call himself a native, because everywhere he went, we were already there. You can't call yourself a Native American. We had people of color here already. You can't call yourself a Native Brazilian. There was people there already. You can't call yourself a Native Australian. Sorry, Crocodile Dundee. Somebody was there already. You can't even call yourself a Native European. The Grimaldi tribe had already been there. And we found that it's not good living conditions, so we left. And once they started mistreating us and deceiving us and had us fighting each other, we were very different 6,000 years ago. We didn't go for that 6,000 years ago because we were closer to God 6,000 years ago. We knew who we were. And we knew God, but we didn't know our enemy, and that's how we were deceived. So your Bible says that we put them out of the garden. Well, when we put them out of the garden, where did we send them? 6,000 years ago. The garden being between Iraq and Iran. Right on your map, Northern Arabia. We sent them 2,200 miles north into the Caucasus Mountains region, between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. And then we built a wall called the Great Wall of the Caucasus. It still stands to this very day. The Bible says a fiery sword was right there, where we wouldn't let them come back down. We kept them in the cave for 2,000 years. And that's why you don't have a prophet before Moses that wrote scripture. Let's look at our book. Who wrote Genesis 1:1? Moses wrote Genesis 1:1 2,000 years after Adam. 2,000 years because we had peace for 2,000 years. The majority of them went into the Caucasus Mountains and became Sasquatch, Bigfoot, the cave people that they tell you very little about. Moses is the one that brought them out of the cave. And this is why it says that Moses was in the wilderness 40 years, bringing them back down to fulfill scripture. See, one thing we like to do is talk to you like we know you know. Because I'm not a person that believes that the hood is stupid. Sometimes people come down and dumb down the message. But me and us, we believe that y'all study. Everybody might not know everything, but we know that you know a whole lot of stuff. So we come here and we give it to you raw. And we give it to you hard because we have respect for you. And we have respect for your intelligence level. We know that we are not what they say we are. A group of people that are dumb as hell and don't read nothing. We know better than that. So we come and we talk to you hardcore. And we tell you the flat out truth. We don't chew it up like baby food and serve it to you. We give you that nice halal steak.
That's right. That's right.
But back to what we were saying about the trick, or not, but the fact that we forced them into the cave. We forced them into the cave. Some of them stayed behind, brothers and sisters. And we about to wrap it up, but listen to this. By the grace of God, we're going to wrap this up real strong. Some of them stayed behind and they became the Semitic people that you read about in your Bible. Semitic, the prefix of the word Semitic is had, Semi. So the ones who stayed behind, they were the Semites in the areas of the original people, not really starting trouble because they weren't strong enough to start trouble, but they still had their influence. So you got 2,000 years of a tricky negative influence. And that's what they did right in the wilderness, not in the wilderness, but in our Holy Land. But the bulk of the Europeans were in the cave. And because God said the older would serve the younger, this is in Genesis chapter 25. Genesis 25. Jacob and Esau inside the womb of Rebekah, their mother. Rebekah means Mecca. Rebekah is a place. In certain languages you say Mecca. The Holy Land is where all of this took place. But it said that they were jousting in the womb, fighting in the womb. Don't you know that the fight that was going on 6,000 years ago is the same fight that goes on with you every single day and me every single day? What is the fight? The fight is your nature to do right. Holy Quran chapter 30 verse 30. And then the nagging pull of disobedience and sin. And that forms a cross right in your human body. And the Mahdi will break the cross. This is one of the attributes or one of the jobs of the Mahdi, to break the cross and kill the swine. It ain't just talking about chains that we wear, gold cross. It's talking about the struggle between good and evil inside every man and woman. That must be broken. And the Mahdi will break that. And then it's the pig. It ain't talking about killing no swine, going around killing a bunch of pigs. But it's talking about a dirty appetite. That you like to hear foolishness and you like to do foolishness. The Mahdi will get your mind so powerful and fill it up with our God, Allah. And if you call him Yahweh, like we said, call him what you want. Allah has the best of names, but you'll be filled up with him. And once you're filled up with the power of Allah, you won't want to hear nothing ridiculous. If it ain't got nothing to do with us getting better as a people, you don't even want to hear it. If it ain't got nothing to do with slaying that devil, you don't even want to hear it. But we are so thankful to Allah that we know that a fight is coming. And we want to be found fighting the one that cowardly fights us. He won't even come here and fight us himself. But I want to reveal to you, by the grace of Allah and by his permission, who your real enemy is. So every single time Allah blesses us to be before you, I must say, if you come over here and we show unity right here, I guarantee they will be right at these gates trying to break up what we started. We don't want nobody breaking up no love that we have for our people. We want our people to stand for Allah. Stand for Jesus if that's who you follow. Stand for Muhammad, because Jesus and Muhammad is trying to do the will of Allah. So we don't argue over little things. Little things keeps us from doing big things. And that's why they keep us with this trivial mess. But inside the womb of Rebekah, Jacob and Esau was in the womb. And Jacob, Esau, who represents us, came out first. And this is for my Hebrew Israelite brothers. I hope you're here so we can get a quick question and answer. But Esau comes out first, and like the serpent that the Bible talks about in the 3rd chapter of Genesis, Jacob grabs onto the heel of his brother, showing you who he is.
Tricky.
One of his names is heel grabber. The serpent was to bite the heel of the woman. Right there in the book of Genesis. Right in the book of Revelation. The heel grabber. That means that you know you can't deal with the head. We started off talking about Jesus as the head. But since the head is too powerful for an evil head, because truth beats a lie on a bad day. He can't deal with the head, the man of God, so he goes after the followers of God. The heel represents the followers of these great men that we always open up honoring, the prophets. The devil never uses the head of the prophet. The prophet is too heavy for the devil. But the devil goes after the believers of the prophet and stops the believers from following the prophet, who is trying to connect them to Allah God. So Esau comes out first, Jacob comes out second. But this is where we're going to end. Rebekah prays to Allah, God, what is this in my womb? And look at God's answer that he gives Rebekah, who really means Mecca, and the people of Mecca. He said, 2 nations are in thy womb, a older and a younger, a weaker and a stronger. And he says the older shall serve the younger. This is Genesis 25. Check your phone out. So now who are we? And who are they? The enemy. They are the weak. They are the weaker ones. I'm not busting. But genetically they are recessive. Recessive. You can look up Gregor Mendel. It's their own biologist. It talks about how 2 recessives cannot make a dominant. We are the dominant. Dominant means strong. Genetically. Especially not mentally. Because if we were mentally stronger, they wouldn't have been able to take everything that we had. But 2 dominants can produce a recessive. This is called Mendel's law. Gregor Mendel's law. So 2 nations are in thy womb, an older and a younger, a weaker and a stronger, and the older will serve the younger. Who got here first? We did. Who's the younger? Caucasian people. Who's running who? Who's serving who here? We serving a younger people, right in line with Scripture. But at the end of the 6 days, 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8 says, 1 day to God is 1,000 years to us. So we are 6 days after Adam. And we're telling you that the Scriptures and the fulfillment of Scripture is us. And we're telling you that God came like a thief in the night. You didn't see his coming. But it's clear he came, because we got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that was given to the black man and woman first, and for the world second. Thank you for listening. May Allah bless you as we greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.